going on, everyone? John Matrix here. Hope you're all having yourselves a wonderful day wherever you're at and whenever you're watching this. Being that we've been going through the Ouroboros cycle and the Gate Guardian had brought up, there have been requests for me to do some of these videos from Mr. Illustrated on the Gate Guardian, so that's what we're going to check out today. We're going to look at SCP-001, the Gate Guardian by Mr. Illustrated. Links will be down below in the info section, description, whatever you want to call it, for the original video without my commentary and reaction, and to the channel for it, Mr. Illustrated. Please do me a favor, click those links. If you enjoy this video when we go through it, please go over there and give it a like. And if you enjoy Mr. Illustrated's content and you are not subscribed to him already, please do me the favor of going over there and clicking that sub button, as he makes a lot of wonderful content for the SCP universe. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. Again, SCP-001, the Gate Guardian. Let's do it.
General notice. All files concerning the nature of SCP-001, including the decoys/decoys, are protected by a memetic kill agent designed to immediately cause cardiac arrest in any non-authorized personnel attempting to access the file.
Good thing we have access.
The true nature of SCP-001 to the general public is cause for execution. Warning. Any non-authorized personnel accessing this file will be immediately terminated through a memetic kill agent. You have been warned. 257. Continued life signs confirmed. Removing safety interlocks. Item. SCP-001.
I like that intro, honestly. I like that. That was dope.
Object class Euclid/Keter. Description. SCP-001 is a humanoid entity approximately several hundred cubits in height, or 320 meters, located in an undisclosed location near the intersection of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. The following features are known about the entity.
The heart of civilization,
a number of
as we know
luminous
it.
wing-like appendages emerging from the shoulders, back, temples, ankles, and wrists of the entity. Although an accurate count has never been established, most observers place the number of wings at anywhere from 2 through 108, with the mean number being 4. A weapon.
I wonder if it's a situation where it's different for everyone who sees it. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if the Gate Guardian's one of those entities where it's like, whatever kind of preconceptions you have alters how it appears for you, you know, so it looks different for everyone that sees it.
Possibly a knife or a sword. Classed SCP-001-2. Any entity that approaches within 1 kilometer of SCP-001 is immediately struck by the weapon and obliterated from existence. Any and all hostile action taken towards SCP-001 have resulted in the annihilation of the attacker, regardless of range.
So, you know, I wonder if A, there's more than one Gate Guardian, you know, because like I had theorized, I had wondered if when we went through the Ouroboros cycle, you know, I wonder if, like, what actually is Eden supposed to be? Is it like, you know, the center of all the multiverses or whatever that was like the first part of creation? Maybe that is actually even the doorway to heaven itself, and that's where, you know, God or the SCP administrator or whatever exists. Because once you got in there, you know, I can't remember his name, the guy that Calvin was hunting down, you know, he saw body Lucifer, took up the sword. So I wonder, you know, like, are all of the archangels essentially Gate Guardians? Was Lucifer the first Gate Guardian because he had a flaming sword like this Gate Guardian did? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm just curious if I wonder if that's stuff that is ever going to be more fleshed out or kind of left ambiguous. But anyway.
SCP-001 appears to be standing with its head bowed in a gesture of supplication, with SCP-001-2 held in both hands point down in front of it. Human beings exposed to SCP-001 report hearing a voice in their heads, giving them a directive which the subject reports cannot be disobeyed. The most common directive is
cast command,
which will result in the subject walking away from SCP-001 with no memory of having encountered it. On rare occasions, however, other directives have been given, The most famous of these is the one given to the founder, Prepare. This is the organization now known as the SCP Foundation. Observers have reported that SCP-001 appears to be standing in front of a gate of immense proportions. Long-range photographs have occasionally detected what appears to be a pastoral grove within, containing numerous other entities of the same composition of SCP-001, as well as several fruit trees of unknown composition. Of particular note are 2 fruit trees of immense proportion near what appears to be the center of the grove.
I think that's supposed to be like the Tree of Life and the Tree of Knowledge or something like that.
One, it is noted, appears to be an ordinary apple tree, although the other bears a fruit unknown on Earth, described as the Tree of the Fruit of Life. It is a avowed belief of the founder that the gate which SCP-001 guards may be the gate to data recovered. Administrator clearance accepted. The Garden of Eden, based on correlations with ancient Babylonian texts and the Dead Sea Scrolls, in which case one can deduce that the entity known as SCP-001 may be data recovered. Administrator clearance accepted. Uriel, the Angel of Repentance, the angel tasked by God to protect the Garden of Eden, and the angel who buried Adam and Abel in the garden.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I wonder what you have to do. Like, is anyone allowed to like get in, or what would you have to do to be able to get in? Like, I know in the Ouroboros cycle, a reality anchor was used to defeat, the Gate Guardian. But beside that, like, is there any specific like bloodline that's been passed down through humanity or anything like that where they would be able to pass through, or that would allow them through? Is there some kind of act, ritual, or something that you could do that would allow access? You know what I mean? Like, what would it take for this being to let you through? And it's like, another question that would kind of have to be asked is like, if God, didn't want anyone to be able to get to it, why would he still leave that entrance there? You know what I mean? Like, you would think God would have the ability to say, oh, well, you guys fucked up. You don't have access to Eden anymore. Shut the door. Can't get through there. But no, he left it open with someone guarding it. So that would tend to imply that at some point in time, someone may be able to do something or get access to the garden again. I don't know. Interesting, though.
Special containment procedures. Because of the nature of SCP-001, no containment procedures are necessary. 24/7 monitoring of SCP-001 is to take place from a safe 10 kilometers plus distance from the determined location, Site 0. The location of Site 0 is known only to the current SCP Administrator and the single Overseer level agent of Abrahamic Faith, 05-14, assigned to monitor SCP-001 from Site 0. Said agent is authorized to take any action necessary should SCP-001 become inactive, and is required to immediately alert the Administrator and all other Overseer-level agents should SCP-001 show any change in behavior, as this may constitute the beginning of a Patmos X-class end-of-the-world scenario.
Yep, that would not be good.
Should SCP become active in any way, personnel are required to immediately consult the Patmos series of emergency orders. Decoding algorithms for emergency order Patmos are to be maintained on site at Site 0 in the possession of the designated observer and to be transmitted to the SCP Foundation offices only in the event of SCP-001 becoming active. In case of a premillennial rapture scenario, all vital personnel are to designate a secondary operative of non-Abrahamic faith. Said secondary operative is to be informed of the location of the primary designate copy of emergency procedure Patmos and mimetic kill agent inoculant, and is to be kept on ready status to take over the primary duties as necessary.
Okay.
Addendum 001-A, experimentation regarding SCP-001-2's effective kill range. Experiment A.
Oh, so they started throwing D-class at it to see how close someone could get before it would attack them.
One Class D personnel instructed to approach SCP-001 as closely as possible on foot. Result. Upon making visual contact with SCP-001, the subject is ordered to leave. Subject immediately turns away from the entity and walks away. Despite repeated orders to continue the experiment, Class D personnel refuses to obey and is terminated. Upon
I mean, what can you like? I don't know. It implants suggestions in your mind that you seem to have to follow, right? So it's like, how is it his fault, or whoever this D class is? How is it their fault when they turn away and they disobey orders? Like they've been given some kind of, like they've been hypnotized or given some kind of program or whatever by this gate guardian that they got to turn around and go away, and they can't not follow it, right? So
on termination of Class D personnel, all research staff involved are immediately obliterated by an unknown force, presumably SCP-001-2.
wait, what? Hold up.
D personnel, all research. One Class D personnel instructed to approach SCP-001 as closely as possible on foot.
Yeah.
Result. Upon making visual contact with SCP-001, the subject is ordered to leave. Subject immediately turns away from the entity and walks away. Despite repeated orders to continue the experiment, Class D personnel refuses to obey and is terminated. Upon termination of Class D personnel, all research staff involved are immediately obliterated by an unknown force, presumably SCP-001-2. Experiment B.
Huh. So, I wonder why that is, right? Like, the D-class subject is told to move forward to the gate guardian. The gate guardian then tells him to turn away. He turns away and is told by the SCP guys to turn around and keep going back to the gate guardian. He can't refuse the order, is killed. Then the gate guardian terminates anyone viewing the experiment. I wonder if it's just a situation where it's like a sin to do something like that in front of the angels, so it has, you know, orders to terminate those who do something like that in front of them. You know, I don't know.
One remote operated research robot guided to approach SCP-001 from the ground. Upon approaching within 1 kilometer of SCP-001, research robot is obliterated, presumably by SCP-001-2. All further attempts at remote reconnaissance have the same result.
Interesting. Okay.
Experiment C.
So drones are out of the picture.
100 pre-programmed research drones instructed to approach SCP-001 from multiple angles simultaneously. Coordination is successful, and all 100 drones cross the 1 kilometer mark simultaneously. However, all 100 are simultaneously obliterated by SCP-001-2. Designated observer at Site 0 reports that SCP-001-2 appeared to strike in all directions at once. SCP-001 did not deviate from its stance while this took place.
Okay. So it's almost kind of like a multi-dimensional being, or maybe it in and of itself is some kind of illusion or some other kind of weapon or something. I don't know. Interesting.
Experiment D. Wire-guided missile fired from a distance of 3 kilometers. SCP-001-2 obliterates weapon upon crossing the 1 kilometer mark, simultaneously obliterating the launch site and killing all personnel.
I mean, yeah, why would you
Experiment
attack it?
E. Multi-warhead intercontinental ballistic missile fired from SCP nuclear submarine Nautilus. Data redacted. Data recovered.
You guys sent wait, hold up. I don't think they sent like an ICBM
Weapon upon crossing the 1 kilometer mark.
Like, did they just send, like, you know, a long-range guided missile from the sub, or were they like trying to nuke this thing?
Simultaneously obliterating the launch site and killing all personnel. Experiment E. Multi-warhead intercontinental ballistic missile fired from SCP nuclear submarine.
Okay. So it might not necessarily be a nuke. It could just be like a long-range Tomahawk missile or something like that they're sending out here just to see what'll happen if they shoot something from that far away. I would assume it's going to destroy the missile and probably the sub.
Nautilus. Data redacted. Data recovered. Administrator clearance accepted. Experiment E. Multi-warhead intercontinental ballistic missile, multi-warhead thermonuclear, fired from SCP's
Okay, so they are sending
Nautilus. SCP-001 is seen to raise its head from its stance of supplication, previously unseen behavior. Administrator at 0514 order an immediate abort mission. Upon crossing the 1 kilometer boundary, the missile is struck by SCP-001-2 and consequently detonates. Approximately 1 hour later, long-range surveillance can see through the smoke and shows SCP-001 still in the same position. However, its wings appear to be wrapped around its body. It is assumed this is to protect it from the heat or the radiation, though this is not known. SCP-001 then enters what can only be described as a rage state.
I mean, yeah, like, why would you provoke the angel by trying to fucking nuke it, dude? Like, what are you guys doing?
SCP-001 extends its wings to a previous position and then raises and points SCP-001-2 towards the direction of the SCP submarine Nautilus, some 65 miles away, and out of SCP-001's line of sight.
Or so you think.
At this moment, all remaining thermonuclear warheads on board the SCP submarine Nautilus detonated. The Nautilus, 4 SCP aircraft carriers, 24 SCP escort vessels, several merchant vessels, and a luxury yacht were obliterated in the subsequent blast.
You know,
the death toll is
don't fuck with the angel,
estimated
dude.
at 35,000. This incident represented one of the biggest uses of amnestics and Foundation influence. The entire surrounding ocean for a distance of 30 miles in all directions was restricted. Local news outlet was screened and monitored for no mention of this experiment. The families of the merchant vessels and yacht were terminated to avoid questioning. Amnestics were added to the water supply and released via chemtrails over all countries within a 100-mile radius. By executive order of the Administrator and O5 Council, no nuclear weaponry is ever to be used against SCP-001. Experiment F. SCP-076, Able, and Task Force Omega-7 instructed to approach SCP-001 on foot.
Interesting.
SCP-076, Able, refuses to carry out the mission, despite not being informed of the mission's nature. Upon being asked why, SCP-076 replies, "No. Just no."
Okay. That's kind of interesting. I think that had been mentioned in another video that I watched before with him. But obviously it means he's got some kind of knowledge or relationship with this gate guardian and knows either A, he's not allowed back in there and will be destroyed or something, and he doesn't want to provoke it, or he just has some other knowledge of it and knows not to go there.
Experiment G. SCP-073, Kane. Due to the result of Experiment F, SCP-073 was not informed of his destination until arriving at Site 0. SCP-073 approached the site on foot. Upon seeing SCP-001, SCP-073 became distressed and asked to abort. SCP-073 was ordered to continue. At this point, the symbol on SCP-073's forehead became Administrator clearance accepted. Data recovered. At this point, the symbol on SCP-073's forehead became unrecognizable. SCP-073's head appeared to split apart, and an incredible bright light seemed to be coming from it, resulting in 3 security personnel going blind. Experiment was terminated due to the effect this had on SCP-073. SCP-073 began begging SCP-001 to stop, stating, "Please, my lord. Please, Uriel. I do not seek to enter the garden. Forgive me, my lord. Please, forgive me." 073 was restrained in a Class 5 containment unit and immediately evacuated. Upon crossing 2 kilometers from SCP-001, SCP-073 lost consciousness. See Addendum 001-AA.
I mean, obviously it would make sense that he's not allowed to enter because everywhere he steps, life dies. And so, like, obviously, you know, we wouldn't want the Garden of Eden to be destroyed in such a manner, right? So...
Addendum 001-AA. By executive order of the Administrator, no further experiments are to be carried out regarding SCP-001. No further SCPs are to be exposed to SCP-001. SCP-001 is not to be used to dispose of dangerous SCPs. Addendum. The following
Yep, they still used them at Site-13.
errant transmission was received by Foundation personnel. SCP-001 has left its location. The gate is open. They are riding forth. Oh god, it's so beautiful. Because of this event's confluence with the recent breach of SCP-995, the opening of SCP-616, and the activation of SCP-098, the Foundation is required to immediately begin preparations for an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario. SCP-076 and SCP-073, Cain and Abel, are to be secured immediately. All personnel are to...
Yeah, you know, when he leaves his post like that, that's gotta be a bad sign, right? You gotta know some fucked up shit's about to happen.
To unlock and decode Emergency Order Patmos.
Now, I wonder if this is like leading into the Site-13 incident, or what. I'm gonna have to go back and look up the SCPs that he mentioned, just to see if they. I don't remember all of the numbers off the top of my head of the ones that I've gone through, so I'd have to see if these are the ones that were mentioned in Site-13 or not. Anyway.
Omega, and follow all orders within. Site-19 is to be secured, and all non-essential SCPs and personnel terminated and or destroyed. Cain and Abel, my two sons, I am coming. Behold, I stand at the gate and knock, and if any just follow, and is a new heaven and a new earth and the fruit of upon contacting Site 0, 05-14 responded that no such message had been sent from his location, and that SCP-001 remained inert. The transmission was initially determined.
So I know that the SCP Foundation actually has God contained, so I wonder if this is God speaking now and is about to take action on something, and so Uriel's going to them? Interesting.
To be a hoax. However, close examination of the transmission reveals a timestamp dated years in the future. It is theorized that data expunged. Administrator clearance accepted. Data recovered. It is theorized that the gate to the Garden of Eden exists across all universes and versions of Earth.
Yeah, it's again, like that's what my theory is in the SP universe or whatever, that the Garden of Eden is actually like either it's heaven itself or it is the center point of like all universes, all realities, etc. It's like the one thing that everything is attached to. And if something were to happen to the Garden of Eden, it would unravel all of existence and all of creation, etc., etc.
In one of those universes, set years in the future, an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario took place, and Site 0 from that reality broadcast the distress call. The distress call, by unknown means, seems to have travelled through the gate to our own reality.
Interesting. Okay. Well, there we go. That was SCP-001, the Gate Guardian by Mr. Illustrated. I'd done another Gate Guardian video by the Exploring series, and this one had gone into a little bit more detail about some of the stuff. Obviously, like, I don't know, man. Sometimes, like, I get that the SCP Foundation is trying to, like, learn and test the boundaries of different things, and obviously, who wouldn't want to see what's behind the, you know, the gate and the garden and maybe get access to it and see what's there, etc., etc. I mean, I know I would. My curiosity would be piqued. But, like, why you gotta be fucking with it like that, man? Like, sending nukes? You're gonna nuke it? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, obviously, you have an angel there that is guarding something specific. Like, you don't even understand what the consequences could be should you actually kill it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That just seems a little strange. Seems like you're obviously playing with stuff that you don't understand, and then of course it, you know, ends up destroying the ship and or the submarine and the fleet of ships by setting off all the nukes in there. So that's interesting, but obviously it's immune to nukes. So there you go. But yeah, So it seems like obviously in the end, there's going to be some kind of end of the world scenario where potentially God is going to come and remake creation or something, you know? So interesting. But yeah, that was SCP-001, the Gate Guardian by Mr. Illustrated. Links will be down below in the description to the original video. Without my commentary and reaction, and to Mr. Illustrated's channel, please do me a favor. Click those links if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if you enjoy Mr. Illustrated's content, then please do me the favor of giving the man a sub. He makes a lot of great content for the SCP universe. If you would like to join us as we do these reactions live, there is a join button underneath the video, as well as a link in the description. You can get early access to videos and get priority in any kind of video requests you have. There's a sub Discord channel, even though the Discord is open to everyone. Etc, etc. So if you have any interest in taking your sport to the next level, take a look at that stuff, see if any of that would have any interest for you. But regardless, thank you guys very much for taking the time to watch this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving a like and a sub. That helps me and the channel grow. And I thank you for the time you've done to watch the video. Hope you're all having yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the